Making the move from city to countryside is often a momentous step.
Oh wow, wisteria up the front. Butterflies for this one.
And for many years, Escape to the Country has been supporting countless people on rural adventures.
Oh, wow.
It's beyond my wildest dreams.
We've travelled to the most picturesque pockets of Britain.
What's going through your mind?
Okay.
I've got tingles. I'm hoping those are tears of joy.
To showcase thousands of exquisite country properties.
That's
Oh, this is perfect.
I think this is awesome.
Not all missions are straightforward.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
But they are often invaluable journeys that can lead to a whole new way of life.
We have found somewhere that we've settled into really quickly. It feels like we've always been here.
So join us as we catch up with those who transformed their lives when they escaped to the country. You don't need me to tell you that there's simply no place like home. And today I'll be catching up with previous friends of the show whose passion to escape to the country was spurred on by their desire to return to their roots. So much so that one couple travelled halfway across the country and the other partway across the world. On today's show, we're homing in on the county of Staffordshire in the West Midlands before heading south to the ever-popular New Forest region of Hampshire. Coming up later, I'll be linking up with Candy and Simon, who I first met in the autumn of 2018, to find out how they've settled into their new home. But first, I'll be reunited with Trisha and Alan, who after years of living and working in London, were ready to return to the Midlands, where they both originally hailed from. Since relocating to Essex 23 years ago, outgoing couple Trisha and Alan had both enjoyed long careers working in London's busy financial services sector.
We've been married now for 28 years, 27 years.
Get it right. We've got 2 children. James is 25 years old, Sam's 21, just finished uni.
Now they're grown up, we see less of them.
And our home that we've got now is 3 stories, we've got 5 bedrooms, but it's just getting too big for us now. I think the other downside of where we live here is we can't walk to a pub. We'd love a pub that we can walk to.
Having recently retired, the couple had their sights set on the properties and pubs of Staffordshire, not far from where they were both brought up.
In terms of property, I think we're looking for a smaller house. Not a huge garden, we're not massive gardeners, but with some outside space, enough to sit out and enjoy ourselves.
Not that this couple liked to sit still for long. Trisha and Alan were hoping a move to the country would allow them to continue their many hobbies.
We play quite a lot of golf, probably at least 2 or 3 times a week. We have to have a competition every time we play, just the 2 of us.
Sometimes I win, sometimes she wins.
I win most of them.
Okay.
Now that London was no longer a tie, the timing was just right.
Yeah, moving back to the Midlands feels like going home.
I'm a black country boy by heart, so yeah, I think for me it would be ideal to go back home.
And I think we've always said, haven't we, home is always where your family are. And I think wherever we move, and the boys will always come back and be at home with us.
With a view to downsizing, Trisha and Alan had requested a detached house with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms to accommodate all the family. They also spent part of the year at their Spanish property, so a low maintenance garden and a secure garage were key. The budget for this move was £550,000. Our first port of call was just outside the village of Kings Bromley, close to the market town of Rugeley, and only a 5-minute drive from a championship golf course.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Isn't the cottage pretty?
Absolutely
it's
fabulous.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Well, we need to figure out whether this cottage, it's lovely, is the home for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you think it's lovely.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Built in 1836, this detached stone cottage with wooden shutters and stable door entrance would have originally been 2 separate dwellings. We were starting our tour in the living room.
It's a very good sized room.
You didn't have to do it like this. This has almost been still done like 2 areas, but you don't have to leave it like that.
No.
And then you've got a summer room at the end looking out onto the garden, so you've got lots of spaces.
Yeah, once in my life I'm speechless.
Great. Should we see more?
Yeah.
So you've got the dining room as we enter the house, and then you've got a breakfast room just near the kitchen. So you've got 2
Like this.
dining areas.
So I like the dining area here separate, like the galley kitchen as well. It's not too dissimilar to what we've had previously. It's nice size.
I like the cupboards as well. This is our taste, very much our taste.
Just off the kitchen was an area in use as a day room, as well as a WC and boot room. Heading upstairs, there was a luxurious family bathroom with a freestanding bath, and 3 bedrooms in total, a double with dual aspect, a smaller single overlooking the front garden, and the main bedroom.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Really nice size. And,
It's a good size. It's big enough for us, isn't it?
and wardrobes as well, which is really nice space.
Should we head outside
Yes.
and then start thinking about the price?
Spread over 1/3 of an acre, the delightful gardens were full of exotic charm. There was also a separate triple garage at the front.
Probably about 1/3 of this would be ideal for me. It means I'm not a great gardener.
So, let's talk money.
I think it's on the market for 535,000.
I think 525.
It's actually on the market, and it hasn't been on for long, for £600,000.
Wow.
Over budget but open to negotiation, this detached stone cottage offered Trisha and Alan all the interior space they were looking for, and perhaps a little more than they'd bargained for outside.
House number 1, great start. Absolutely stunningly beautiful from outside. Took my breath away, if I'm honest.
I think the size of the house is perfect for us. It's at the top end of our budget, and I think that we'd have to spend a fair amount of money to get it to what we would want it to be.
We continued our search 7 miles north in the village of Abbots Bromley, named East Staffordshire's best kept village for 3 years running. Slap bang in the centre was the property we'd come to see.
I bet you thought I was just showing you a village, but this is house number 2.
Wow.
Right in the heart of a village.
Right next to a pub.
Too close?
No,
Maybe
it's
not.
never too close.
Oh, really? Do you like the look of it?
I do.
Yes, looks beautiful.
And if you like character, you're going to love inside.
The house had been carefully upgraded by its owners, and the possibility of period features inside seemed to have piqued Trisha and Alan's interest.
Oh, wow.
Lovely.
Love the floor.
Love the stone fireplace.
What did I say to you last night? Perfection would be 2 chairs next to a fireplace, and you've delivered.
So you've got the dining room just as you enter, and then this.
Another fire.
Yeah, gas fire here.
Lovely.
This is lovely.
Beautiful room as well. Really
Do you need to see more?
Please.
Adjacent to the main living room was an additional reception room with double doors out to the garden. We were off to check out the kitchen.
Proper country kitchen.
And then look at the orangery.
Wow. Beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. I'm in love. It's beautiful.
Could you move straight in, do you think?
Yeah. We've already placed
We've
our
just been
furniture.
placing the furniture.
Have you?
Yeah.
Great.
I'm getting emotional.
We might have found the one.
Maybe.
They were certainly making all the right noises. The beamed ceilings, exposed bricks and wooden floors continued upstairs, where there was a family bathroom and a choice of 4 double bedrooms.
Oh, so this must be the master. Oh, my God. Look at that.
Wow, lovely. And the bathroom with your
beams.
favourite thing in here.
Oh, look.
A roll-top bath.
Bit emotional. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Really
Absolutely
lovely.
beautiful.
Really lovely.
I couldn't pick anything better than that myself.
Still in love?
Yes, very much.
Yeah, nice. Emotional.
Did she? Ooh.
Not proper crying.
Having admitted to not being that green-fingered, I knew the importance of finding the couple a manageable garden. Here, a pretty courtyard led to a pergola-covered seating area, and beyond that, an enclosed lawn surrounded by mature shrubs and trees.
Just a perfect-sized garden.
And very mature as well, so
Yeah.
wouldn't need an awful lot of attention.
Time to find out if you're going to get emotional about the price.
So I think the property's going to be £575,000.
I'm going to stick to my same price as last time, being optimistic. at £525,000.
If you were right, would you put in an offer now?
Quite possibly.
You're right.
Yes! Not that I'm competitive.
Really good price.
Coming in £25,000 under budget, our couple could easily have moved straight into this captivating cottage to start enjoying Staffordshire life.
I think we're pretty close to finding something that would be really ideal for us.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, this feels right.
I think the heart's convinced the head needs to follow.
After such a positive reaction to our second property, you might have forgiven me for calling it a day on our Staffordshire journey there and then. It certainly felt like job done. But as always, there was still the mystery house to come. And this one was about to give Trisha and Alan everything they wanted and everything they didn't want. We concluded our hunt the following day in the hamlet of Admerston. Despite its proximity to our second property, this mystery house was an altogether more rural offering.
And this is your mystery house. Wow. It's quite grand, isn't it?
It is very grand.
Let's head in.
This attached house dated back to the 1820s and formed part of a small development of homes within the grounds of the Blithfield Hall estate.
Wow, wow.
Wow. Nice. Bit of a problem, Sonali.
Now you have two houses you like.
Yeah, very different.
This has the history outside, but look at this.
It's fabulous.
Modern. And I wondered if this was more you.
This is really, really nice.
It's lovely.
Also on the ground floor was a cosy snug with a log burner. Upstairs there were 4 bedrooms spread across 2 floors as well as a modern family bathroom. But it was another bathroom that I was particularly keen for them to see.
Oh, lovely.
Oh my God.
Wow. Bath in the room.
Oh my God. That's my bath,
Beautiful.
isn't it?
This must be the master bedroom then.
This is going to be my bedroom, whether it's master bedroom or not.
When I first met Trisha, she told me her dream was to live somewhere she could watch the sunset. Trisha, your wish was my command.
So I'm hoping this would be fairly low maintenance.
It's perfect,
Yeah,
really.
perfect.
Great size.
You wouldn't
Not
have
a lot to do.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about this bit at all. And then
The view.
Wow.
Beautiful.
south-facing garden, sunsets over there. Shall we have a conversation about how much money you'd have to part with to make it yours?
So I think after looking at the other 2 houses, 590,000 for that house.
So I'm saying 525.
It's on the market for £550,000.
Oh my gosh.
Right on budget, there was nothing stopping them from making this polished property their new home in the country, except a very big decision.
I love Sonali right now, do you?
No, I hate Sonali right now.
Giving us like such a dilemma.
There's nothing I would change about that house at all. It's perfect.
We'd shown Trisha and Alan 3 fantastic properties, each proposing a different lifestyle opportunity for their new chapter in Staffordshire. But when it came down to it, this one was a tale of 2 houses. So which of our properties, if any, did they go for?
As far as problems go, having to decide between 2 properties you absolutely adore, it's not a bad one to have. But after many lengthy discussions weighing up the pros and cons, Trisha and Alan finally made a decision. Ta-da! Surprise! They chose the mystery house. Although it wasn't really a surprise for me. Was it for you? Am I allowed to say I'm really pleased they went with this house? I'm saying it. I'm very pleased they went with this house. Hello!
Hello. Welcome back.
I'm glad to be back. Look at you two looking right at home.
I
mystery
know.
house.
Yes, indeed. Can't wait to see what you've done with the place.
Come on then.
Look at this.
think
I
you'll
remember
remember
this.
this room.
Yes. Well, this was the big selling point of the house, wasn't it?
It was.
This wasn't on our list really, was it, to be fair? No. The open plan room and everything, but we absolutely love it.
How's the size of the property working out for you?
Well, interesting, because we always said we wanted to downsize the property, but this is actually just only a little bit smaller than the property we moved from.
We've managed to fill it, put it that way.
Should we show you the snow?
Yes, please. Oh, yes. Oh, but it looks a different colour.
We thought because the house was so modern inside, we wanted to keep a little bit of tradition. So we went and looked at heritage colours and just picked these, but I do love the blue.
Upstairs, they've been busy repainting most of the rooms here too, creating that heritage effect throughout. And I'm finally getting a tour of the main bedroom.
Everything looks bigger than I remember it.
Yeah, this is a big room.
It's actually a huge room.
It really is.
We're delighted.
And you get the fantastic view each morning when we wake up as well, which is great.
You can see outside from the bath as well.
Can you?
Yeah. Yeah. Glass of champagne, bath, sun going down, that view, heaven.
This house, despite not really downsizing at all, does seem like it was made for the couple. And apparently they have a little surprise for me outside.
Hang on, how did I miss this when I was in here?
Anyway, come and see his pride and joy.
Wow.
Welcome.
Thank you. You brought the pub to you?
Yes, sir, yes. Drink.
Of course, because we're celebrating, right?
Absolutely.
Oh! Nearly went into next door's garden. I like the name. What are we toasting?
I think we'll toast to Sonali.
Oh!
Sonali.
Cheers.
Thank you.
I've been forgiven.
Well, maybe.
Alan has clearly proven that necessity really is the mother of invention. With no pub within striking distance, he's gone and built his own. I am impressed. But it is a little early in the day to be propping up the bar, so I think we'd better sit down over a cuppa.
You two really want me to experience this house in all seasons, but I'm here in the middle of August.
Don't. And we're all sitting there, coats on, shivering,
Coats
with
on.
cups of
At least I've
tea.
got my cup of tea. But it must be lovely, actually, with that view in all seasons.
Even in cold weather, the view doesn't change. It's still there and it's
No.
still beautiful.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Sounds corny, but it's true.
When I left you, you had that dilemma of liking two houses. Woe is
Terrible
you.
place to be.
How did you settle it all?
The deciding factor is, although we wanted to be near a pub, not as close to a pub as that second house, and also the second house didn't have a garage, whilst we could have potentially built a garage off-road there, this one had more benefits to us and appealed to us more.
I'll just mention, it was everything we didn't want.
This was meant to be the test house, to really test out the list of things you gave me that were the must-haves. And you failed the test, but you won the house.
Yeah, strange, isn't it?
I think it gave us everything that we had and more, and the other things that we thought we wanted, we didn't.
But the change you wanted, you didn't make that change with the property itself, did you?
No, I think the change was more around escaping the rat race rather than a change of house. And it's just nice that we have found somewhere that we've settled into really quickly. We've only been in the house for 6 months, but it feels like we've always been here.
And the price that they were asking at the time was £550,000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What ended up happening?
We settled on a price at the end which was just under £500,000.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How has life changed since you moved?
It's an easier life.
It's less stressful.
Less stressful, yeah.
We still do all the same things that we used to do when we lived in Essex, so we still go to the gym on a regular basis. We still go to golf. We've joined a golf club up here now as well.
There's been so much talk of golf with this pair that I think it's time I clubbed up and gave it a shot myself.
How's this for a deal? I found you a house, you give me golf lessons.
Sounds good.
Right. Am I in the
You are
right
on that
stance?
ball.
Okay.
It's all right.
Bit of a curve on that. It's all right. I don't know where I'm aiming if I don't look that way, though.
This is steady.
Keep your feet still.
Keep your eye on that
The ball.
That's it.
Yep.
But then I feel like I hit the tee.
But then that's not a bad thing because you're supposed to come underneath.
Underneath,
the ball.
yeah, okay, fine. But then that's not going as far. You guys are like 1-2-5ing it over there.
Yeah, but we've been playing 11 years, so 12 years, so it's a bit of a difference to 12 minutes.
I might be more suited to being a caddy.
Caddy.
Do you need one, either of you?
No,
Oh.
can't afford you.
You don't have to hit it that hard. The club will do it by itself.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that's
So
okay.
just swing through.
Okay,
and
the
club will do
swing,
it
it's
all
the
by
swing,
itself,
okay.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go. Right.
That was good advice.
Yeah.
You don't need to belt it.
Okay. Quite enjoying this. You two are good, aren't you? Good coaches. I broke the club.
Where did the club head go?
Sonali has hit the ball with so much power that she snapped the head off the club and sent it as far as the ball.
It's all the power.
Well, I may not have hit a hole-in-one, but I think I've just put a hole-in-one. Perhaps I should leave this sport to the experts.
You both said that moving here was moving back home and you got to see your old friends. What about new friends?
We've been made to feel really welcome both here and outside as well, so it's really been good.
It's moved us closer to James, our eldest son. It's moved us closer to your mum, which is brilliant. It's moved us closer to a lot of our friends. But at the same time, we've made new friends. So, you know, it's just a win-win all round.
I never tire of a success story, and this is no exception. Seeing them so happy in a house they'd never even have considered just reaffirms my belief that sometimes the heart speaks louder than words, and we should trust that instinct. House hunters that want our help with their property searches usually fall into one of two camps when it comes to the matter of location. They're either open-minded and are happy to cast the net far and wide for the right country home, while others have a specific location in mind which focuses them. That was the case with my next buyers, who left behind a family home in the United States of America to give their children a rural British upbringing. IT consultant Simon and tennis coach Candy had first chanced upon one another unexpectedly after taking flight from the UK as young adults to pursue exciting opportunities across the pond.
I had just moved to Atlanta. I didn't know anyone there. I didn't expect to go to America and meet a Brit and fall in love.
Oh.
And now have 2 children, 2 dogs, 2 cats. Two of everything,
It's like
really.
Noah's Ark.
Exactly.
After years of discussions, they'd finally decided it was time to pack up their rather large ark and take their kids, 11-year-old Felix and 9-year-old Xanthi, home to Blighty.
I loved America, and you did too. We loved the weather. We had good salaries and good jobs, and we had everything we wanted, but there was just something missing.
For the past 3 months, the family had been in a rental property in Southampton, close to Candy's work, whilst they looked for something more permanent in Hampshire.
We absolutely love the New Forest and everything, all the horses and the wild ponies. We're very much animal lovers.
The animals would come extremely high on the list.
That may have been the case, but their kids were also a top priority.
We found the perfect school for the kids in the New Forest, a small independent school, which is absolutely fantastic.
As well as taking their dogs for walks, the couple had plenty of leisure pursuits in mind.
Sport has always been a passion.
When we move somewhere, we join the rugby club, the football club, the tennis club.
I love going to the gym if I have some free time, or going out walking, where Simon's more sedentary.
Concentrating their search around Lyndhurst for their children's school, Simon and Candy were looking for a spacious home with 4 bedrooms, a kitchen diner and an office for Simon. They also needed a secure garden for their pets, with dog walking opportunities and other amenities on the doorstep. They had a handsome budget of £950,000 to make this move. Our first destination was in the traditional New Forest village of Burley, around 15 to 20 minutes drive from Lyndhurst.
Well, here we are. Your first house.
I like it. Looks nice.
Yeah, it does. I like the stable door there, getting in and out as well. That'd be handy for the pets.
Dating back to 1900, this property had been completely refurbished to include all the must-haves that epitomise 21st century living.
This is really nice. Yeah, it's really nice and open.
Nice and light.
I like the skylights over there. It's quite our style. I think it's quite modern. Our initial instinct is very, very good.
Let me show you the kitchen then.
I think it's a great kitchen. It looks very modern.
This is very nice. It's very important for us to have the kitchen with the eat-in area, and I love the large island. That is absolutely fantastic.
And the light that comes in through here goes into that play area.
That's very useful. We've had kids' rooms in our last 2 houses, and they're so useful. Kids just go in there with their friends. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I could definitely see us in here.
Downstairs also offered a shower room and a handy boot room stroke utility, which would have been ideal for their pets and all their sports kit. Heading upstairs, there were 4 bedrooms in total, as well as a family bathroom. 2 of the bedrooms were on the cosy side, but there was a double with vaulted ceiling, as well as the main bedroom.
This is a very nice size. I like it.
And I think having the high ceilings makes it feel bigger than it actually is. There's plenty of room for us.
Out in the garden, I was hoping size wouldn't be an issue there either, with its large patio and low-maintenance lawn.
It's not a huge garden, but it's actually a very manageable size.
Well, it's time to guess the price of this property.
I think it would be around £935,000.
I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to say £895,000.
The house is currently on the market for £849,950.
That's a really good price then.
At £100,000 under budget, they would have had enough left in the coffers to make any changes they needed.
The only issue here we might really have is the upstairs with the rooms being on the small side. I think that could cause issues.
This house is definitely a family home. It's just a matter of whether those bedrooms would work. That's something we have to think about.
The next proposition we'd lined up was on the western edge of the national park in the hamlet of Firs Hill, and about half an hour from the children's school.
What do you make of this 1920s beauty?
It's really nice.
And it's extremely peaceful here.
Let's go in.
All right.
Great.
First impressions of this detached period home in the tranquil New Forest setting definitely sparked a flicker of interest, which I hoped would continue inside.
I thought I'd bring you to the heart of this house first.
I wasn't expecting such a modern kitchen, I don't think.
That is surprising, yeah. The kitchen is big, and having that table in there is great.
You've got 2 different areas, very different feels. I think this is more all-worldy and that's a lot more modern.
On either side of the front door were 2 well-proportioned reception rooms, a smart formal dining room and a living area.
This is a nice cosy room. I can see us leaving the kids in the other room and settling down in here.
The room is a little bit closed off for me. I think we're more used to having open rooms, so it's just sort of getting used to that again.
Would actually make a nice sizable office.
It seemed Simon had his designs on this handsome room, although there were other options for him to work from home. Upstairs there were 4 comfortable double bedrooms and a bathroom, ideal for the whole family plus guests. At the back of the house was a large bedroom complete with its own ensuite.
It's a nice surprise.
Yes, this is extremely large.
And look at that.
Oh, and a balcony.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
absolutely stunning. Just looking out of there, that's very, very pretty.
What a view.
Imagine waking up to that every morning.
You could just stand there all day, couldn't you? Yeah, it's a really good room. Very nice indeed.
With a predominantly positive house tour under our belts, the grounds were the last piece of the puzzle to complete. As well as the enclosed garden to the front, the rear of the property opened onto a huge expanse of lawn, giving great scope for kids and dogs. All in all, about 1/3 of an acre.
The big bonus with this house, I think, is that gate, which gives you direct forest access.
And that's exactly what we wanted.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Right
is
there.
fantastic.
The only thing left to discuss is the price.
I will guess perhaps a lowball offer of £750,000.
I'll go a little higher than that at £795,000.
The property is currently on the market for £850,000.
Again, significantly under budget, this wonderful period home came with the requested 4 bedrooms, an open-plan kitchen diner plus 2 further reception rooms. And it had direct access into the national park.
I love the open forest access. I love the size of the house, and the bedrooms are all really great. The proportions are good. There's things we'd both want to change though.
I think if we didn't have the school trip involved, I think I would be very happy living here.
I must admit, I was slightly apprehensive about how Candy and Simon might react to the dimensions of British period properties. After all, they spent more than 2 decades living in the States where so much is supersized. So it was great to find options that combine traditional character with that open-plan living that the family was used to. For my mystery house, I had something up my sleeve that was everything they wished for and more, not just under one roof, but 2. Our last property destination was the hamlet of Mockbeggar, right on the western fringes of the national park, approximately half an hour's drive from the children's school.
Welcome to your mystery house.
Wow.
It's another really pretty one,
Yeah, it's a little different to everything we've seen so far.
but very attractive.
I like it. First impressions are good.
The house itself dated back to the 1930s, but had since been renovated and extended, as we were about to discover in the kitchen diner, where everything was well suited to modern-day living.
Would this suit the family?
This is great. Yeah, this is perfect. Very nice.
Yes, this is a really, really good kitchen.
On first impressions, there's absolutely nothing to do. It's all open, very modern and very pretty.
You have 2 sets of French doors, one here and one through the dining room, straight out into your garden.
It's lovely. I would say it's a 9.5 out of 10, so almost perfection.
The footprint of our mystery house delivered large rooms with great proportions. The kitchen breakfast room sat right next to the dining room at the back of the property, whilst to the front were another 2 receptions. A large family room would have been ideal as a kid's den, and there was also a decent-sized study or guest bedroom.
Like the house that keeps on giving, isn't it? The fireplace is really nice, and the room's really nice and big. You could see a very social gathering here.
Upstairs, there was a modern family bathroom alongside 4 well-presented double bedrooms. The main one had its own spacious ensuite shower room. Heading back outside, we made our way to the outbuildings right across from the house. To one end was a double garage plus a utility room, and to the other, a self-contained annex. This consisted of a well-equipped kitchen, a modern shower room, and a large bedroom with enough space to double up as a living room. Patio doors opened onto the garden.
This is really, really nice. I think we could live in here and the children could be next door.
Yeah, I did not expect this at all. This is amazing.
The house and annex sat well in the third of an acre plot where a large lawned garden featured various seating areas, including a decked patio just off the kitchen.
You really do have a lot on offer here.
Yeah, the whole house is absolutely perfect.
Well, shall we discuss price to help you decide?
I'm going to go for £895,000.
OK.
I'm going to go for £945,000.
The house is on the market for £900,000.
Seems
Nice.
like a lot of house and
Yes, certainly.
in very good condition for that price.
The priciest property in our selection, yet still well under budget, our mystery house offered a large, modern home with the bonus of a self-contained annex.
This house is definitely tempting. The big downside, again, is the distance from the kids' school. We'd have to really think long and hard about that.
I absolutely love the house, and the annex is an added plus.
Over the course of our search in the New Forest, we presented Candy and Simon with 3 very different period properties, each with excellent living arrangements for the family and their furry friends. As to whether any of these hit the mark, well, let's find out.
When I left Candy and Simon 3 years ago, they were very taken with the mystery house, so much so that they were contemplating that 30-minute drive for the school run. But as fate would have it, this beautiful house, which is within walking distance of that school, became available, and they bought it. Cannot wait to find out about their new country life. Simon, Candy, hello.
Hello.
Looks like you found quite the gem in the countryside.
Yeah, I think we're very pleased. Thank you very much for coming. We're really looking forward to showing you around.
Can't wait.
Come and have a look.
Come inside.
Simon and Candy's new abode is a striking 1920s property with a brick and render facade, which sits in a half-acre plot.
Wow.
So this is our new kitchen. We've completed it earlier this year.
Ah, so you redid it all?
Absolutely everything you see is completely new, and the lighting has really made the biggest difference. It was very dark before.
There was another wall that came down from here as well, so it opened it up a much larger area. So.
You've got the American-sized proportions that you were after.
Yes, so it's very happy with the kitchen.
Ah, the satisfaction of knocking walls down. It sounds like they've really made this space work for them.
I do like the picture rails.
We haven't really done a huge amount in here, and we've just really painted. And this is the centre wall that we were thinking about taking down. But
what a feature.
We couldn't bring the wall down really, and because of that we have retained this as a separate room, which is nice because, you know, there's 4 of us living here and it's rare for 4 of us to watch the same TV programme.
But actually it flows quite nicely. It's not like it's a trek from the kitchen, so it's convenient, I'm sure, when you're entertaining.
yeah, we do have quite a lot of dinner parties here. We can have everybody around the table.
I should have put my order in, eh?
Well, that's what we have. Our friends come over and then they cook for themselves. So it's really good for us. We just chop a few things up. That's my style of cooking these days.
Definitely the best way to do it. Invite people over and make them cook their own food.
Pulling out all the stops there, Simon. Just as well I brought my own sandwich.
From each room, it looks like you've got lovely views of the garden which sort of wraps around the house, and it's made the most of the space you have.
Yeah, it's a slightly strange layout. We've obviously got a front garden, which we use mostly, and then the back garden with the veggie patch in it, and a meadow at the back. And we believe that, obviously, when this house was first owned, the servants used to use this part and the back part to do the cleaning and the washing up, and then the homeowner used to use the front part, had the ladies on the lawn having cream tea. So we sort of, replicate that from time to time when we have a moment. And Simon's usually in the back and I'm usually in the front sitting having my cream tea.
Yes, if only we had a smoking room.
Something tells me you wouldn't quite get away with that one.
And you have another reception room as well?
Yes, we do. It's actually a little bit smaller than this, but it's somewhere else to relax and
That's
watch
really our living
TV.
room.
Yes.
Yeah, this is where we eat and we go and watch television in there.
And how many bedrooms do you have? Because it feels like a sizable house.
We've got room for you, Sonali. You and your family can move in.
That would be great.
In total, there are 6 bedrooms in this house, 4 on the first floor and another 2 in the eaves, giving them an abundance of space for guests.
Was there anything in particular about the house that sold it for you both, or was it primarily the location and being so close to the kids' school?
The location obviously was high up there, but the front garden I think is fabulous. We thought that would be great. The kids would be out there happy playing with their friends, and then they can walk to school.
It looks like a proper country manor.
We weren't looking for anything quite as big. We were sort of looking to downsize, have less garden, less maintenance, and it's actually worked really well in our favour. We love everything about it.
That is music to my ears, and I'm dying to know how it all fell into place for them.
So Candy and Simon, when I left you, it was all eyes on the mystery house and that beautiful annex. How did you acquire this?
We just found this property and it was actually reduced. So it had come into our price range and it was perfect. It's got everything.
It's just ideal because it's so close to the school. Simon's got an office. We've got the forest, the new forest, just minutes from where we live.
Somewhere on your doorstep for the dogs.
Yeah, we're in the forest 2 or 3 times a day walking the dogs, so it's so easy. And the opposite, really, of what we had in America, where we had to get in a car and we had to drive, whereas everything's walkable now, which is exactly what we wanted.
Although this house was over budget when we did our search back in 2018, Candy and Simon managed to secure it for around £850,000, just days after we filmed together, leaving enough in their back pockets for all their renovations.
And Candy, you were the driving force back to the UK. Weren't you behind the move? And how has it been for you, Simon?
Bit of a tough winter coming through the spring here, but now it's warmer. Now it's actually so warm, I'm missing the air conditioning.
Yeah, you miss the weather more than anything.
Yes.
But I don't really miss much about it. We had lots of lovely friends there and it was a lovely lifestyle. But I'm really pleased to be back. I'm personally very happy. I think the kids are too.
It's worked out really well for the kids. They're both thriving, I would say, so
really?
That's great. That was a big driving force. And I I think being able to walk places, cycle places is fantastic. We just didn't really have that in America.
How's your work going?
I'm now working in Southampton for another tech company, and I get to drive to work commute, which I actually quite enjoy.
My work's been extremely busy. I've started commentating for tennis, which I really, really enjoy, and also tennis coaching.
But has the British weather, does that affect the tennis and the coaching?
Well, not really, luckily, because I'm based in an indoor centre.
Are you? Fine.
I'm not very good in the cold either, so playing inside is my kind of tennis in the winter.
As we're in the height of British summer, I've convinced Candy to take me for a hit around at their local club. My goal is to avoid knocking the head off my racket.
All right, Sonali, let's see if your tennis lessons have been working.
I'm looking forward to your feedback, frankly, Candy.
I'm going to serve fast here.
OK.
I get up to at least 60 miles an hour, so just
You're scary enough as it is.
Watch out. Here we go. Sit.
Do you like the leg up in the air that I have?
Yeah. Good. Oh. Nice.
Right.
Great deep shot.
You don't mind my... That was playing a bit of golf tennis
We may
there.
need to work on the backhand a bit.
You might need to go a bit slow with me.
Sorry. I hope you get that one. Sorry. Come on, let's see what we've been learning. And here's a volley.
I helped you find a house, Candy. Go easy on me.
I'm afraid it's not my competitive nature, Sonali.
Any tips on how I can improve my game?
Watch the ball, follow through, keep your head still.
Okay.
The list, unfortunately, goes on.
I'm thinking it might not be for me.
That's now 2 sports I can safely say I won't be competing in at the next Olympics. But it is great to see Candy and Simon so settled on home turf at last.
You were saying that when you were in the States, something was missing and you couldn't quite, you know, put your finger on it. Has that been addressed, that thing that was missing?
Yes, for me, it's always been about family. I've got 2 brothers, my mum's widowed, and just being closer to them, I'm very, very close with all of them, so we're in constant contact.
We actually moved in about 3 days before Christmas, I think, and we had family. Everyone came and stayed with us. So
Simon's family and my family all came down and all were able to stay. You know, we haven't been able to do that for so long.
So what's been the best thing about the move?
Being close to family, particularly as our parents are all ageing, and I think the kids have grown up a lot and thrived.
And they're just really enjoying life, but we're very happy here overall. We made the right decision.
In this tale of 2 homecomings, it's been delightful to catch up with all my buyers and see them so settled. For Candy and Simon, who spent 20 years in America living a life that revolved around driving, it's been great to see them liberated from their car with all the very best of village life right on their doorstep. Trisha and Alan are also embracing their newfound freedom at my mystery house, living a more rural lifestyle that's taken them back to the area where they were born and bred and reconnected them with their loved ones. I wish them all the very best in their new country lives. See you next time. If you too dream of escaping to the country in England, Wales, Scotland or Northern Ireland and would also like our help, why not apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.